Welcome to the Inner Blueprint Podcast. I'm Sean Foyer, the Universal Mindset Disruptor. With over 20 years of turning blueprints into thriving home improvement businesses, I've learned that the strongest foundations start in your mind. Whether you're building a business or your own success, we're here to reshape how you think and face daily life and always remind you to enjoy the ride. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Inner Blueprint Podcast. The podcast designed for the home improvement industry and anyone and everyone looking to think better thoughts to get better results. We try and make it easy. I'm your co-host, Sean Foyer, here today with the beautiful, lovely
Caitlin Foyer.
And you excited to be here today?
Always.
Always, right?
Absolutely.
What about the guests we have coming today?
Just two of my favorite humans in the
Right?
entire world. So, yeah.
You know, find something you love to do and you'll never work a day in your life.
Very
and
true.
Today's episode is one of those experiences. So we are joined today by two powerhouse leaders in the home improvement industry, a dynamic husband and wife duo who've taken a second generation exterior remodeling business and turned it into a design forward, experience driven brand. He grew up in the trades, learning the business from the ground up. Every nail, every siding board, every client interaction. His foundation is built on craftsmanship, customer service, and an unwavering drive to elevate what's possible in home exteriors. She came from a background in design and business, blending creativity with structure, turning visions into beautiful realities while keeping operations sharp and clients inspired. Today, they lead a team that's redefining what it means to bring luxury design and quality craftsmanship to the suburban Chicago market, proving that when love, leadership, and mindset align, excellent follows. Beyond the business, they're proud parents of two amazing boys, Cooper and Austin. And when they're not creating dream home experiences for others, they're creating their own, exploring new places, sharing great wine, and enjoying the finer things this life has to offer. When I think of them, I think they are truly enjoying the ride, as we say, right? So please welcome to the Inner Blueprint Podcast, not only clients of ours, but really good friends.
Yeah, some of our best friends.
Yes. Again, it's so fun to do this. Welcome to the show, Kyle and Becca Erdmann. What's up?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hi.
Yeah.
Should be clapping for
Spoken
you.
from the heart. I loved it.
Yeah, that was great.
Oh, yes. Well, again, we are so excited to have you guys here and let you share with our listeners so many things. Becca, how you got involved in what was, and I'm going to say was because it's past tense, Kyle's family business. We've, with you guys, celebrated what we're calling Erdmann 2.0, the next level of this beautiful, amazing company. And, in my mind, it's like 5.0 because you guys are making quantum leaps in what you're doing in the business and also in your personal life. So, excited to dive in, wherever you guys want to start.
Oh, so excited to be here. Thanks for having us, or thanks for having me back, I guess.
Yeah.
Really excited to dive into this with Becca this time. She's the real backbone and structure of the business. I joke around with people, or when I meet people at conferences, they always ask me where the real boss is at.
Mm-hmm.
And I always know. I always say she's off somewhere pushing the business forward while I just gallivant around and have fun. So,
yes.
so thanks for having me back, and thanks for having her on.
Yeah, and for listeners, if you want to hear more of Kyle's story, go back in our archives, and we do have a full episode we did with him. Yeah. But Becca, how did you get into the home improvement industry?
I do love this story.
Yeah, take us back.
I do come from a family of engineers, first of all, so it was kind of always around the construction industry growing up. And Kyle and I got married in 2016. We had two kids. And then when COVID happened around 2019, there was nothing going on. I was in commercial interior design and we didn't really have any work to do. So I just started staying home, kind of waiting to see what was next. And Kyle was crazy busy with all of the siding and roofing and decking. Everyone was at home and they wanted to spend money on their houses because they hated what it looked like and they had to work from home. So I was sitting at home taking care of Cooper, our oldest, and I was bored out of my mind. So I started teaching myself some of the computer rendering softwares that he used and started doing renderings for him just because he was so busy. He didn't have time. And at that time they were showing if you were doing a siding job, you would show the house with the different color siding. So I started doing that for him just for fun. And that kind of evolved into, I realized how similar the process was from exterior design to interior design. You meet with the customer, find out their needs, you make a rendering, pick the finishes, finalize the scope. So it was very similar to what I'd already been doing. And everybody had always told us that we should work together. And so it was kind of just like the nail in the coffin, like, well, this is easy, this is great, this is natural. So I joined in. It was 2020
On your birthday.
on my birthday. Is actually the first day I started in June. And we decided just to wing it, just to see how it goes. I took a salary decrease to start with him. I was pretty pissed about that, but I knew I would obviously prove and show my worth because I know I'm much more, worth more than that. So, that's kind of how it started. And then it quickly evolved into, we had the designer element. So now I could meet with the customers. I could show the finishes. I could show the renderings. And that kind of, I'd say, changed the trajectory of the business, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty funny because I was so stubborn and reluctant at first because I was designing for every customer. I don't know, imagine me being stubborn.
Weird.
And I still remember one of the first people that we met with together. I thought that I was still a better designer than her, so I secretly I came up with a design concept behind her back. And she presented her design to the homeowner, and then I said, well, I actually came up with the second option just to see. And then I presented mine, and the homeowner picked hers.
Obviously.
That's when I realized that I need to pass the torch and let her be, and it was the best decision I ever made at that time.
So as you were coming on, Becca, did either one of you, and Becca, you first, did you have any reservations, hesitations to coming to work with Kyle?
Not Kyle, but his dad, to
Okay.
be honest, for a lot of different reasons. But yeah, no, Kyle and I, we've always had great communication. And I feel like you just know whether you can work with somebody or not, just based on a lot of different things, but mainly I'd say communication. And we always talk through everything. So I never thought that'd be an issue. I was curious, like, what it would be like to be in an office with him every day. Because at that point in time, it'd be like, you get home from work, you kind of talk about your day for a few minutes. And that's very different from now. We're in it all day, all night, always talking about work.
Well,
I wasn't concerned with Kyle. It was more, other people in the office.
Well, when you have a family business, you got the father-son dynamic and father-in-law. So totally. And what about you, Kyle? Were there any hesitations?
No, I would say that by the time she finally joined, I had spent like 2 or 3 years trying to convince her to join.
Okay.
I always knew that it was exactly what I wanted. We had always talked about building a business together. So no hesitations at all. And I knew that as soon as she joined, it was just going to be the springboard the company really needed.
Well, and I want, for listeners, I want you to take away, because you're going to hear a story here of two powerful individuals that came together, and they're creating more than they even thought possible individually. And Kaylin and I have shared a little bit of our story, and she had huge reservations because in her family there were paradigms. Divorce was caused by it. And I know in our industry there are, and I know a lot of powerful men that have powerful women that if they brought them in, so if you're listening, you might have some paradigms, you might have some hangups on working together. But as Kaylin and I have both experienced, it's one of the greatest joys of our life is to be able to do something we love together. And as we continue to hear about your guys' story, for listeners, I want you to take note of that what you think is possible or what you think isn't, open your mind to maybe something new. So
2020, so when she joined, that aligned with our first year working with you too.
Perfect timing, right?
Seriously, perfect timing. Yeah.
Yeah. In 2020, we were both small-minded still. We were thinking small. We were, our first worthy goal was to be a $5 million business. And we thought that was going to be like the best thing since sliced bread. Here we are today. Because we decided, we made the decision together to grow together, not only as a business, but personally too, which was perfect.
Well, yeah. And Becca, you said you started out making less money, right? And some of our first mindset conversations were hold it in your mind. And you want to talk a little bit about that? Because I remember, and maybe, Kevin, if he's listening, you said, I don't think he likes you because you got more money pretty quickly as you started to establish your value.
Yeah. I think when I started working with Kyle, I became a lot more confident in myself and what I was good at naturally. And I realized I'm a lot more business prone than I had really thought. And I'm a lot more passionate about that also rather than just the design. And so I brought a lot of business to the company where there was not really a lot of structure or planning or kind of anything at all. It's very unorganized chaos, I would say. But that's why I think Kyle and I work so well together, because we've now we're staying in our own lanes. He's good at some stuff and I'm good at other stuff. We have completely different personalities, but they mesh well together. And so when I came on, yeah, I started with a lower salary, but I knew instantly how much value I could bring to the organization just by creating systems and processes and being organized, like in addition to design and creativity. But there was so much more I could see that I could do. And I just started doing it.
Yeah.
Just like one of your episodes, I think you talk about like, doing things before you're getting paid. Yeah, well, I did that for years. And then, of course, I doubled my salary and I started making more and more and more. But I already had been doing the work and I felt like it just came naturally and it needed to get done. And I wanted the business to perform better and I wanted, everybody to succeed. I felt like if I put in the effort, not just would I succeed, but the whole company would succeed. And so yeah, I mean, that was super fun. And then, like I said, we just started to try to stay in our own lanes. And I think year after year, we each are growing independently, but also together. And we realize who's better at what. And, when you're maximizing the personal strengths of the actual person, you get a lot more out of it. And then we each do our own things. And then it's like, well, double,
Yeah. I mean, one thing, maybe let's touch on that for a minute because, especially in couples, and if you're listening and your spouse doesn't work with you, think of in your personal life because a lot of times we're attracted to somebody naturally, behaviorally, that works very well with us, where I'm strong. Caitlin might have some liabilities, and where I have some liabilities, Caitlin has strength. And with you guys, we do use our disc profiling, and with Kyle, DI, right, big dreamer, good at painting with a broad brush, and Becca, you with the DC, right? It's black or white. It's your mantra that I love. What do you do if something needs to be done, Becca?
just do it.
Just do it.
You just do it.
Yeah. So maybe talk a little bit about how you've identified your lanes, and Becca, what you're good at, and Kyle, what you're good at.
Well, I would say I'm really, I'm really good at, I think, making decisions really fast, which is important in business. I'm extremely organized. I'm a great planner. Great at implementing anything. I'll find,
Yes.
we'll have a great grand idea and then I will put it into pieces. I'll put it into a calendar. If I want this to happen this date, what needs to happen this week, who needs to assign this? And I'm not worried about it being perfect. I just want to get it started and going, and then I'll revise it as it needs to be. And I think on top of being creative and able to design all the projects, I'm just much more passionate about business planning and business growth and trying to optimize all the employees and everybody who works here and all of the plans and the systems and the processes. And I bring I think the backbone, the structure, the organization, and the right, like the
Yeah.
all of that.
Well, Becca, you just got back from business planning. Do you know your numbers?
Of course I do. I would say I won business planning boot camp if you can win.
If there was a trophy, she would have gotten it.
Hands down. Absolutely.
I think Charlie would agree.
I agree. Yes, he definitely would.
Yeah, when I was at my conference, I saw Scott Siegel, and I said, "Yeah, I bet Becca is winning business planning right now." He said, "There is no winner for business planning." I said, I think there is."
Yeah, it's kind of like Caitlin. Everything's a competition.
Everything
what are you talking about?
is a competition, and I'm going to win it. Yeah.
And Kyle, what do you?
Yeah.
So yeah, like you said, I'm really good at painting with a broad brush. I can see the start line and the finish line, and I could see the exact way it's going to all turn out when it's done. She's just really good at filling in the blanks in between, which is really what I always needed. I've always had a lot of good ideas. I'm just not a detail person, and throughout time working together, we've gotten better at communicating with that. She's very data driven. I'm very passionate. But she's gotten better at understanding where I'm coming from and putting the data to it to create the full idea. So yeah, I'm really good at that. I'm really good with relationships. I deal a lot with our vendor relations and dealer relations. I create new sub-dealers in our structure program. I do a lot of more leadership building with the team. So just trying to rally the troops. I'm a little more of a rah-rah guy than she is. Where
just a little bit. Just a little bit.
You don't ever embellish, do you?
So yeah, and then now with our new as we're pushing towards our national brand, that's why I'm hitting the speaking circuit now. I just did my first one, so I have my next one later this month. So yeah, I mean, I think I used to worry a lot about because she's doing everything with the business and the numbers, and when people are asking her questions about the numbers, and it's her that knows all those answers, and there were times where I would start to feel a little insecure, like I wonder if people actually think I do anything in the business. But really, I've leaned into the joke of I don't do anything. But also I've learned how important what I do is, which has given me the confidence to keep pushing forward and stay in my lane and stop trying to meddle with what she does.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think at the end of the day, I mean, back to the beginning of the conversation, like working with your partner, it can be amazing if you guys can work together. Everything that he does is everything I don't want to do, and vice versa. And like we need each other, and so it's hard to do this alone. I mean, like
Yeah.
there's so many people and business owners I talk to who are doing it alone. Like, oh, I just wish I had somebody like you to like be doing this with me. But we enjoy the ride every day. Like we wake up, we're excited. We go through our routines. Like we're so excited to be working on this every day. I don't care if I'm a $5 million business, a $20 million business. At the end of the day, what I want is to come into work and feel excited and motivated and inspired. And that's what we get to do every single day together. We're excited. We like building together. We're doing it together. We could start back from zero. It doesn't matter because I have him. That's really all I ever wanted was a partner to do life with.
Yeah.
And so it does make it a lot easier.
Yeah.
Whenever there's work to do, like whenever if there's work that has to get done, it's a lot easier to have somebody to do it together with. And so we really enjoy that because whether you think it's hard or not, it's still there and it still has to get done. But if you have someone to kind of take the pain away of just joking around while you do it or laughing, smiling, or just it makes it every day fun. So that's all I ever wanted in life. And that's what we have.
And what I love too is how many times I just heard "we," right?
Yes.
And Kyle, didn't you get some feedback with some of them when you're on stage? And you're not worried about,
When I was on stage at the Yoho event, I was talking afterwards with somebody, and I had Dave Yoho come up to me, and he said that he enjoyed a lot of the insights that I had, but his favorite thing that I did was how much credit I gave to my wife throughout the entire thing. I said we, I said us, I said she, and it was. I mean, it's not the me show; it's the we show.
Yeah.
We do everything together. We're equal into this, and
do.
it wouldn't be fair for me to go on stage and just say I. When in truth, it's we.
Oh.
So, and that was not French; that was English.
Oh man.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like we genuinely are equal business partners in personal and life and business all together, 50-50. We make it all work, and we make it work at home and also make it work at the office. But I think the people who can't make it work in an office are the people who also can't make it work at home because they probably don't communicate. They probably harbor negative energy. They let things boil up. They don't say what they're thinking or they're feeling. Those are the people who really can't work together. But we've always been really great at just talking it through.
Yeah.
There's always a solution, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
I'm going to say how I'm feeling, and we'll talk it through. Okay, don't do it again. Fine. Move on. Next. On to the next one.
I never quite understood when people ask me the question of how do you work with your wife? Because, I mean, we talked about this last night a lot. Like, work and personal, they're the same thing. If you approach everything from a partnership perspective instead of trying to say, like, well, I have a relationship at home and a relationship at work. No, your partner's in both. So you should just approach everything the exact same. I mean, it's a 50-50, like she said. Each one of us is important for what we do. And that's how we've made it work so well.
Well, and as we're talking about that for listeners, because you guys have really good business practices,
Yeah.
really good systems in your business. And it's kind of interesting to me looking back, Becca, that you joined our program on mindset as you came into the business. And as you were talking there, in our personal relationships and in our business, working together as couples, me and Caitlin talk about this all the time. We don't have a problem. We just have some paradigms, right? So can you guys just share for us how important mindset has been as part of this journey for you?
Oh my God. I don't even know what I would be doing if I didn't have your mindset program. Honestly, like it's changed everything because it teaches you to think different. And at the end of the day, everything's in your control.
Yep.
Everything, it's your thoughts and you can choose your thoughts, and your thoughts inevitably affect your habits and your behaviors, but it's all in your head. And so it doesn't matter if it's at home or it's at work or whatever, you can control every situation based on how you choose to respond or react. I mean, anything comes up at any time and it's your choice. Do you see it as positive or negative? You're the person putting the spin on it that way. It's all in your head. You're in control. So the earlier you learn that and you understand the concepts and you can apply those to your life, personally or professionally, the better off you'll be. And so, yeah, if I didn't have this mindset, I mean, I don't even know what I'd be. We'd probably be I
we'd
don't
still
really
be
know.
putzing around at a with that big
I
goal
mean-
of $5 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and Kyle, you and your dad, I mean, to go back, and you guys know DJ Desjardins very well. On his episode, he talked about EOS being a great tool, certified contractors and some of the business training. And he did it in the order of, process, then EOS, and then mindset. And he said if he could redo it, he would probably do mindset. And this isn't a plug for our material.
No, because
This
Tim
is
Brown said that too.
Yeah,
We hear
this
that
is-
often.
This is just a plug for you need to get your mindset. But Kyle and you and your dad had a run with certified contractors and a few things before we did the mindset work. So can you kind of share the difference of having good processes versus the mindset you plug into it? Because I always say, the best process needs the best mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when we joined Certified Contract Network originally, it was in 2017. We just weren't ready for it as a business, as business owners, as business partners. We weren't open to receiving yet. We thought that we were still at our stubborn phase where we thought we knew best.
Yeah.
Which working on the mindset first has helped me open up to new ideas that maybe I'm not doing it right. Maybe there are more efficient ways in doing it, but also to think bigger. I mean, when I was coming up in the business with my dad's philosophy was the only way to ever make money is to keep overhead low, run it tight, don't hire a lot of people, keep it small, and that way it's manageable. Whereas, working with you, it's taught me that I can dream bigger. I can, you spend money to make money. What was that? Impression of increase, where the more you give, you get.
Yeah.
It's broadened my horizon that it doesn't need to be so small, tight, and linear. It can be this big thing with big goals and big dreams. And the bigger your goals are and the bigger your dreams are and the bigger your revenue and profits that you make, the more you can affect not only customers' lives, but the employees' lives. And, I've talked to you about this plenty of times. We've finally, now that we've grown, been able to affect people that work for us better. And we feel like we're working for the people instead of working for ourselves. And, mindset would definitely be the first place to start because it teaches you to think bigger, and then you can create the systems based on the bigger thoughts and the processes based on the bigger thoughts, and you staff for the bigger thoughts.
Yes.
So,
I mean, if you had to share with listeners, what's a favorite tool that you guys use
what for?
for mindset when you're thinking about it? I mean, it's a little bit of a general, but is there something that comes up for dreaming big, for making decisions? What's that?
Yeah.
E plus R equals O.
E plus R equals O.
And what does that mean?
To choose my response or reaction and get the outcome that I want. It's all about what I think about the situation and how I'm going to choose. It's my choice, how I'm going to choose to respond to it. And that's the outcome that's going to happen is based on my choice of what I'm choosing. Yeah. But I did want to say back to the mindset stuff. I've been talking, now that I'm going to conferences and attending all these events and I'm meeting with all these people, what I'm noticing with the mindset is so many people they're so closed-minded and they're make decisions out of fear.
Yes.
And it's like, this is amazing for us to have the mindset work first so I can acknowledge when that stuff comes up and be able to sort through it in my head rather than continue to make poor decisions based off of paradigms or fear or like, what if this doesn't happen or what if this doesn't work out or being open-minded to his psycho ideas that he always has. But that's the thing is we started with the mindset first, which, lucky for us, that's amazing that it worked out that way. But that I see it now why it works so much better because I'm more open-minded and I'm more like I can see it coming and I can be aware and acknowledge that this is what's happening and sort it out in my head. And I'm not going to make business decisions based off of those thoughts. I'm going to choose better thoughts to have better decisions, to have better outcomes.
Yes.
So.
I mean, a lot of this comes back down to the knowing doing gap.
Okay.
That's so, me and Becca have talked about this so many times, and she is the queen of the knowing doing gap.
Yeah, I was going to say, Becca has no knowing doing
She
gap.
closes that gap. Yeah.
It's done.
She just knows it and does it. But we as in this industry, we all go to the same conferences. We all attend the same events. We all have the exact same information. We all have the exact same access to the exact same people. Yet there's people that grow and there's people that stay the same. And it's these people, they go to these conferences, they hear all these things, they come back with oh my God, I'm going to implement so many things, then they do nothing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and you guys know, and Becca, what you noticed, I've been in the industry a long time, 20 years as an owner, 5 years as a business coach, and the knowing doing gap for listeners that aren't aware of this, it's what do you know you should be doing that you're not, and what creates the gap? And the gap is mindset. And in the home improvement industry,
That's all it is.
I mean, we don't come from silver spoons. Our industry is filled with badass winners that had a challenging upbringing, that came from broken homes, that had trauma, that had scarcity. And like you said, Becca, you do notice there's a lot of fear, right? Well, in the subconscious mind, that fear is instilled early in life. And to overcome it, people work really hard to get to a certain level. And then when they do, they don't know how to change the mindset that got them there. And that's where we see that this repeat of, everybody wants more information, more knowing without actually doing those difficult things that they know they need to. So thanks for sharing. Because again, you guys have some of the best mindset of anybody we've ever worked with. And we helped you with some of that, but a lot of that you guys brought to the table. You're both fierce competitors. You both like to win. And that
We are winning.
Yes.
You don't like to win. There's no other option.
We are. It's already done.
Well, I mean, it's very true. Like, if people look at your results now and they're like, holy shit, where did they come from and what are they doing? And then they think, oh, they must have been doing this for, decades, right? To be able to be at this level. And it's like, no, like 5 years ago, we started this, and we started with mindset, and now we are like breaking records. And I mean, you guys have so many huge things on the horizon that are already in the works, which is so crazy. People have 30-year careers and they don't see that. And it's not just in the business, it's in your relationship too, as parents, as, a married husband and wife. Like, so many people look at you and go, that's not real. Like, there's no way that's real. And it's like, no, we get to experience firsthand. Like, we get to travel with you guys. Like, it is real. I mean, it's one of my favorite things. Becca is the biggest badass I know. Like, I'm so grateful you were one of my best friends, because there's no one else like you, and I love you. But my favorite is when we go out to eat and Becca's not with Kyle and she sends a picture of the menu and says, what should I order? And it's my favorite.
Yes. Well, he
Once again,
happens to be a
Caitlin, we
bougie
stay-
food guy.
Well, Caitlin, we stay in our lanes. I know food and wine.
Yes.
So that's my lane. I mean, like she said, we each know what we're good at.
My brain is only going to retain so much information, and if I have a resource that I can pick up the phone and call, I'm going to use my resources anywhere, so I don't have to keep it in my head. I have somebody I know I can call and tell me the best wine on that list. I will get it. I don't care. I don't want to think about it. It's done. Fine. Great. Off my plate.
And I am probably one of the most available people for a call or a text. Even when I shouldn't be available, I am always available.
Well, I just think that like speaks so much about your guys' relationship, though, because something as simple as that, Becca, just like shows how much you trust Kyle. Like, how much, like, you literally like trust him so much that you allow him to choose what you eat. You know what I mean? Not all the time, but just, I remember the first time you did that, I was like, oh my God, she loves him so much. Like, that is there's a true balance of the feminine and the masculine too. And that's very, very, it sounds silly, but it's one of my favorite things about you guys is how much you love each other. Like, how much you truly love each other. And that's hard to do with having small children, with owning a large business and being together, traveling together. Like, you guys are like us, like, where it's just us. Like, our families don't travel with us, don't do things. Like, it's us and our kids, right? So I love it.
Well, going back to...
I figured one of your favorite things about us was going to be how we slice avocados.
Also that, you did teach me that, which is very impressive.
And your cheese, Kyle, it's like next level. No, going back though, and this will lead into what I think I want you guys to share next, but Caitlin just brought up a really good point. People have been in business for 30 years, and Richard Kaler, the founder of CCN, used to say, have you really been in business 30 years, or have you been in business 1 year and you repeated it 30 times? And going back to the scarcity and not dreaming, can you guys share with us, because this is yours. You guys have created this on your own.
100%.
But tell us how you guys dream together, like outside of the business, in the business. Tell us what it looks like for Kyle and Becca Erdmann to dream big.
It always includes a nice bottle of wine. We'll start with that. In the summertime, we like to sit on the front porch after the kids go to bed, and we open a bottle of wine and we sit and we talk about the week, and we talk about our plans, and we talk about our goals. We talk about any like visualizations we've had that week, which most recently right now I have a white Aston Martin and I am walking up to a vineyard in Napa that I own. We own together. So that's my most recent one. So we go through that and our goals and, what are we going to work on? Then we narrow it down to like that week, like what do we need to get done that week or that month or that quarter. And it's super fun. Yeah,
we try to at least allot one night a week for that. This past weekend we had a few because we had a lot of stuff to catch up on after this past week.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's always involves. It's got good music. It's always nice, light, usually jazz music, just to kind of set the thinking mode, the mood right. No phones. We don't really, we make ourselves 100% available for each other, and no thoughts too big, no ideas too out there. And we just literally talk through everything, even if it's just like on Friday night, we just sat through and celebrated our wins of the week.
Yeah.
Were you were you up till like 3 a.m.?
Yeah. Did you sleep? It's a lot of celebrating.
Yeah, I mean, I think my favorite win of last week was listening to someone who I consider to be a titan of the industry tell me that my wife is the most powerful woman he's ever met in the industry.
He's right.
Becca, yes, winning.
Always winning.
I felt very, very proud at that moment and very happy for her, especially because I mean, she's grown so much. It's fantastic.
Thanks, babe.
Well, we could have done this whole episode having you guys share wins, honestly.
Yeah.
But for listeners, they've heard us talk a lot about mindset. What are the benefits? Because you guys, and again, in 5 years, have taken your business from. And if you're okay sharing, what was it when you started, and where are we heading right now?
Yeah. Where are we at now, and where are we heading? To the moon.
So Becca's first year, we did about $3.5–4 million. We spent the next couple of years kind of putzing around $5 million. We took control of the business 2 years ago, or last year, really.
Yeah.
2024 was the first full year that I started doing the business planning and all that.
So, and then in 2024, we did $6 million in sales. 2024, we did 11.5.
Yeah.
So we went from 6 to about 15 in 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So 23, we did 6, 24, we did 11, and then this year we'll do about 15.
Yeah.
How does it get better?
So yeah,
It just does. It's always getting better. It's always the next thing.
we set our goal for 20, and I was told to quit being a pussy and go for 30. So apparently that's how it gets better.
Yes.
But again, I mean, I feel like it doesn't matter. Like, as long as, we're making money and everyone's happy, the customer's happy, the employees are happy. We've been working so hard on hiring the right people,
Yes.
getting the right people in the right seats, like getting the culture right and getting everyone excited and on board with our vision. But like I said, every day I wake up excited to build something with Kyle. So it doesn't matter what company, it doesn't matter how many millions. It could be 100 million, it could be 2 million. It doesn't really matter. It's just that we're doing it together, that we're enjoying the ride, that we're having fun. We have positive outlooks on life. Like, we're always up and at 'em. We're always going towards the next thing. And, that's, at the end of the day, that's all I ever wanted was a partner in life. And that's what I had.
Oh,
Well, and I love it
most
too.
romantic thing she's ever said to me.
I've heard more. I've heard better. But what I love about what you guys are doing too is, like, together you guys are this insane power couple. You guys are like, you multiply results at such a rapid speed. Like, it really is so impressive, but you're not in it just for you. Like, you care, like Becca, I know I've had so many conversations with you, and I help you with, behavioral assessments with your hiring. You truly care about the people you're bringing with you. Like, you're like, this is our rocket ship. It's freaking rad. If you want to get on, like, you gotta meet the qualifications, but then we're taking you to the moon. But I just love that so much, because you're the culture that you've created is completely different than when you started and in the company, Becca, and like where you're going, people want to work for you guys. I mean, honestly, if we didn't do what we were doing, I'd be like, babe, we're moving to Chicago and we're working for Kyle and Becca.
Especially your neighborhood. We'd be your neighbors.
We would be for sure.
The offer's always out there.
Perfect.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, again, I think also with the mindset, like, for me, it's not coming from a place of money or greed. Like, I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this at this point now, it's for other people. It's because I can. Like, if I have the opportunity, I feel to create and to build a business that can enhance and grow other people's lives and give them what they want. Like, I feel obligated to do it because I can. Like, I already have enough money. Like, what's enough? There's always bigger. There's always better. There's always more. I can always get a nicer car, a nicer Aston Martin. I can get 5 Aston Martins. I can get 3 mansions. But when is it enough? When is it done? Like, none of that stuff is fulfilling. What's fulfilling to me is enjoying every day, being able to come in here and be excited. Like, it's not the money. I don't care about the money. I already have enough money. I already can travel. I already can do what I want. It's not about the money. It's about the day, like every day enjoying my day, and then the people, and like building this up for other people to be able to have the opportunity for them to have an amazing life, to do whatever they want with their money. So I think coming from a place of not doing it for the money, like doing it for the right things and for the mindset, it makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah.
I love that. When you guys do share your mindset with the team, I know you have your team members do vision boards, right? And get them thinking bigger for themselves, not for the business. It's going to come with the business, but maybe talk a little bit about that too. Like,
Yeah.
How do you inspire?
How do you
your team?
drip it down to your team?
Well, so when we hire, we make sure now we're telling everybody that the main thing we're looking for is growth-minded individuals that want to win. Because that's the two main important things for us is people want to continue growing personally and professionally and to win. So yeah, I mean, the vision boards, like you were talking about, the big reason for the vision boards is to get them to think bigger, but then it also helps us because we have a one-on-one meeting with them to go over it. It helps us kind of create a path for them to show them how they can achieve all of their goals and visions through our company. So it's not just about making them think, it's about showing them the path, because I think that's one of the most important things as an employer is that your employees can see the path of growth as professionally and personally. So we do a lot of that. I know Kyle has been slowly dripping, other Kyle, not me, Kyle, Lil Kyle.
Lil Kyle.
Your
He'll
sales
kill me
leader.
here.
Oh God.
He's going to skewer me. But having him enrolled with you two, he drips mindset onto the salespeople. Every sales meeting, we talk about just having a winning mindset. We talk through paradigms with the sales team as well. So I have my production manager, PJ, with you too. So we kind of, our goal was that we wanted each department leader to be working with you so that us as leaders, so when we have leadership meetings, we all speak the same language. And then we can kind of drip it down individually through our team. Because when it just comes from the top, the message is perceived a little bit different than when it comes from people that they work with on a day-to-day.
Yep.
I love that. Yes, I love that.
It's awesome. So we're getting to the end. I really would love you guys just to hit on like you've hit so much on like the power couple dynamic, all of that. Like what advice would you give people who might be afraid? Like Becca, in our women's group, we've got women that are like, oh no, my husband just runs a business. I just support him. And it's like, no, like step into it. I mean, you guys are the perfect example of what happens when two great minds come together with this unstoppable partnership, not just in marriage, but in business and in life and in parenting and everything. So like, what advice would you give to help more people be as awesome as you?
Oh boy. Well, in terms of a couple, I think the only way you could really succeed personally or professionally is to work in your communication. So I think a lot of women I know, they hold things in, they don't say what they think, and then they just get pissed off, and then they go complaining about it to every friend they know, but never actually tell directly to their husband what the problem is. And then he's oblivious, obviously, as most men are. They don't know anything. It's like, well, how would I know that? I can't read your mind.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
we're not very good at that.
Say it, right. So I say it as it is. I'm not really concerned about hurting his feelings. To me, it's a fact. Like, you did something that bothered me. That's my perspective. You have your perspective. I'm telling you it pissed me off. Please don't do it again. And he's like, okay. And that's it. I mean, there's nothing else to it. It doesn't have to be so dramatic or like negative or positive. It could just be what it is. So like, to me, communication is the most important thing if you want to work together. I mean, even just at home, like everybody can probably work on their communication with their spouse. So.
And I think that from a male perspective, I think that men need to do a better job at dropping that toxic masculinity bullshit.
Yes.
Let the women be empowered. I mean,
Amen.
There's so many sayings of behind every strong man is an even stronger woman. It's like, fuck
No,
that.
shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking say that to me.
My strong woman's right next to me.
Yeah, side by side, back to back, whatever. Yes. And we do in our industry, like there's so many powerful women, and I love that we've got two of them on this podcast with us, inspiring other powerful women to step up. And you're right, Kyle. Some men need to get the fuck out of the way. Like get your ego out of the way. Yeah, stop trying to prove how big of a man you are, because you're proven that you're not. That you have to hide behind that fragile ego and not let this powerful woman, and not even, maybe your spouse, maybe somebody in the business that's stepping up, like giving space for that to grow, because otherwise that talent's going somewhere else.
Yep.
Because there is a lot of space in our industry for powerful women right now.
Yeah, I think that there's so many owners that are trying to be these powerful macho people, and they're stuck meandering at these smaller businesses because they're too afraid to hire quality because quality might be better than them.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're too afraid to empower people within their industry because they're afraid they're going to get passed up. But realistically, to be a successful owner, you need your staff to pass you.
Yeah.
You need people that are better than you at each one of these individual things so that way your business can grow. Just get out of your own way.
Yes.
Agree.
Yes.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Absolutely.
I mean, the book that I listened to, she read, that really changed everything was Who Not How.
Yeah.
I mean, we spent so much time thinking about how we're going to grow, how we're going to do this, how we're going to do this, and instead of we just changed it to who are we going to hire that's better than us at this to make it work even better and even faster.
Exactly. And so we're so aligned like on everything, and that's another part of just being good business partners, I suppose. But I guess we're lucky, but we also are aligned in everything. So we both read that book. We both felt the exact same way. Like, stop worrying about the how and let's focus on the who. This whole year of 2025, we focus on getting the right people here that we think have the right mindset, good attitudes. They want to grow. I don't really care what your background is. I don't care what your experience is.
Yeah.
Are you going to show up? Are you going to do what you say you're going to do? Do you have a good attitude? And do you want to grow?
Yeah.
And do you want to win? Because we're winners here.
Yeah.
And all of that is yes and yes and yes. And so, but we're aligned on that together. So we come up with these plans together. We're aligned on them, and then we implement them. And then, I mean, I feel like everybody wins. And we're so aligned at the top. There is no like going to him or going to me. Like, everyone knows we both are the same.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes.
That's huge.
Yeah, if mommy tells you no, daddy's still going to tell you no, too.
I do have to say no.
And again, you guys, from the outside appearance, you make it look easy. Obviously,
You
it's
do.
not easy, but you guys are kind of sharing some insight. You're intentional about this. You work on it every single day, that the most important relationship is your guys's, and you take that into every other relationship you have. And it's beautiful. It is beautiful.
Yes, it is.
Well, thank you.
I think we both work on our mindset. I mean, my power hour in the morning, every single morning, same routine. I got an hour and a half. I mindset, listen to podcasts, listen to Inner Blueprint. I do breath work, visualization. I set my day up for success. And then, then we get the kids and the yelling and the crying and the screaming. But I've already worked on my mindset to be able to say, okay, kiddos, let's get to school.
Yes.
And then we get to work and it's all over again. It's the same thing, whether it's a toddler or an adult, you gotta learn how to respond to these people and their problems, what they perceive as a problem. It's always a solution, but you just set yourself up for success every single day. And I feel like we both are aligned on that. We both do the same thing. We work on mindset. And then by the end of the day, we're talking about what did we achieve? What did we accomplish? What's tomorrow? What are we gonna get done?
Yep. And then we
what are our wins?
finish the day. When we're laying down in bed, she'll read for a little bit. I need to read because I need to stop listening to books and cheating. But then usually, like last night, we popped a video on YouTube, and it was just a walkthrough of a multi-million-dollar mansion in Scottsdale.
Oh yeah.
And with a little dreaming and visualization. That way, right before you go to bed, you're setting yourself up to dream throughout the night of all your, set your intentions for the next day. But yeah, it's the same thing every day, and we love it.
Wow.
We fucking love it.
We love it too, and we love you guys.
Yes.
Thank you for being on this episode to share with our listeners a little bit of inspiration. Hopefully, as you're listening, you're getting some inspiration here.
Yeah.
The power of your mind, the power of a couple coming together. Anything else you have, Caitlin?
The power of a badass woman. I'm so glad we got Becca on the podcast. Years I've been holding it in my mind.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Becca. Thanks for sharing your energy, your power with listeners. And thank you for listening. Is that it?
Yeah,
Is that it? All right.
God, this is an amazing episode. I think this is one that, should be studied, not just watched once or listened to once. It should be studied.
Yes. All right. Well, as always, thanks for listening. Kyle and Becca, thanks for being here with us today. If you like what you heard or you know somebody who needs to hear it, please subscribe. Please share this episode. And always, most important, enjoy the ride. It's a good one. Thanks for listening. Welcome to the Inner Blueprint Podcast. I'm Sean Foyer, the Universal Mindset Disruptor. With over 20 years of turning blueprints into thriving home improvement businesses, I've learned that the strongest foundations start in your mind. Whether you're building a business or your own success, we're here to reshape how you think and face daily life and always remind you to enjoy the ride.